A Day in a Forested Wetland by Kevin Kurtz, illustrated by Sherry Needi. Life in a forested wetland goes on all day and night. Some species are active in darkness, while others are active in light. It's sunrise in the wetland. A woodpecker flies from a tree. She just brought her children breakfast. They never stop feeling hungry. Look, a wood duck flies at them. But before their hole is possessed, the dad chases out the invader who wanted to steal their nest. It's morning in the wetland. A green darner hunts as it flies. It can see in front and behind it with its faceted compound eyes. It spots a nearby mosquito, maneuvering around with great flair. It quickly hones in on the target and catches its prey in the air. It's high noon in the wetland. A turtle in ambush pose is buried in wetland mud up to its eyes and its nose. A snapper can't breathe underwater, but it has a snorkel to use. It stretches its neck toward the surface while its body lies in the ooze. It's afternoon in the wetland. A caddisfly builds a case to protect its larval body from predators in this place. It uses its silk to fasten pieces of rocks and plants. It then can live underwater while wearing armored pants. It's sundown in the wetland. The forest is filled with sound. Follow it towards the water, then take a look at the ground. Camouflaged in leaf litter, a chorus of frogs awaits. Sounding like bells that jingle, spring peepers are calling for mates. The stars are over the wetland. Brown bats zig and then zag. They've eaten their fill of insects and head back to roost in a snag. They find their way by listening to sounds that other bats make. These noises also will make sure they don't collide by mistake. It's midnight in the wetland. Kittens have just awoke. They're waiting for their mother, secure in a hollow oak. The bobcat quietly approaches. She knows what her young ones need. Her hunt was quite successful. Now it's her children's turn to feed. It's now just after midnight. A beetle lands from its flight. It sticks its head under water and hunts using just the starlight. A tadpole swims beneath it. The beetle grabs some air, then dives to catch the tadpole within its mandible snare. It's late night in the wetland. A squirrel kicks from the bark. Instead of falling downward, it glides between trees in the dark. It lands on a trunk near the swamp bank and quickly scurries from view. It's hungry for nuts and mushrooms, but it must avoid predators too. Before dawn in the wetland, on water as black as ink, a spider sits on the surface, and yet it doesn't sink. The spider feels a ripple. It then begins to run quickly across the surface until its prey is won. It's sunrise in the wetland. An owl flies to the ground. Though its wings are flapping, they do not make a sound. The barred owl wades in the water and looks for prey to eat. It spots a tasty crayfish and grabs it with its feet. The sun is back on the wetland, propped up by its tail. A beaver gnaws a tree down with teeth that never fail. Its dam creates this habitat where other species feed and use this forested wetland to provide everything they need.
Audible hopes you have enjoyed this program.